Hello tipsters and tricksters, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another vintage tips and tricks video.
What have you got if you haven't got love?
Today I went out shopping on a completely unrelated trip to what I planned for today's video. And I was at Poundland, which is like a super cheap store in London, well in the UK I guess. It's like the $1 store that I would never normally go to because it's full of cheap, nasty stuff that doesn't usually fall into the category of things that I would like to buy. But given the COVID situation, it was the only place I could think of locally and that I could safely walk to. And I tossed up between like, is it better to order from Amazon or go to Poundland? And I figured Poundland was better because Amazon, you have like all the packaging plus the packaging of the pieces plus the shipping. So I was like, I think it's probably better for the environment if I go to Poundland. It's the lesser of two evils. But anyway, that's why I was at Poundland. But whilst I was there, I came across none other than bendy sticks. If you aren't familiar with bendy sticks, they are a type of hair curling device that are like a foam rod that is bendy. Bring it up close. I mean, you're going to see them plenty in this video, but I have been wanting to try these for a long time. I've seen lots of other people try them, and a lot of people in the vintage community actually swear by these and really like them, and I'm surprised at how soft they are. I thought they would be a lot harder, so I'm thinking that maybe these wouldn't be too bad to sleep in. If you've tried sleeping in them, do let me know below in the comments. I would love to hear about your experiences, but I'll probably give it a go. So I'm gonna see how I go curling my hair with these. I have heard that it is quite tricky the first time that you do it. You have to kind of get the hang of it. So this could be a very entertaining video. So I'm just gonna take you guys along for the ride. So without further ado, let's get into trying these little suckers out. Okay, hopefully the lighting is not going to be too bad. It is a very gloomy day, so the sun will potentially come in and out, but I did not feel like boxing myself in the dark and turning my artificial lights on to film this, so this is what we're working with. I got 3 packs of 8, so we have 24 Bendy-Rollers, and I'm hoping that will be enough to do the job. I guess we will find out. I am going to be dry rolling in the sense that my hair is completely dry. I washed it yesterday and I will be spritzing with water. So let's see how that goes. I know with sponge rollers that roll my hair very tight and small, which this is going to be tight and small, I have to be careful because my hair holds curl very well, and so I find that often I end up with just like such curly hair that it just takes me forever to brush it out, and your girl is lazy, okay? So I think the dry rolling potentially could help avoid too much of that. So I have a spray bottle with some setting lotion mixed with water, and I have my Kenra hairspray, and I have a rat tail comb. This is really important for tucking your ends in, and I feel like especially with this, it's going to be really important because I think that's going to be the hardest part, just looking at how skinny these things are and the fact that you're dealing with a longer rod, so wish me luck. I think I'll do a side parting today. It's usually my go-to. Really should have brought something to tie my hair back with, but I didn't, I wasn't prepared. Let's just try it on one of these sections. I guess I will just roll it down sideways. I'm not really sure what the best approach is for this. So I guess this first time is just going to be a trial and error. All right, as usual, I'm going to pull the hair back on itself. So I want my hair curling down this way. That'll be the way that I'm brushing it. So I'm going to pull it back on itself when I roll it. And my bangs are about here. So I'll be curling this around so that essentially I'm starting curling from here and then tucking these ends in. Otherwise they're all going to fall, like rain down as I'm trying to wrap the hair around the curler. Try and come in nice and close so that you can see. All right, so I'm wrapping. I'm choosing to do this the first time on camera so I can't see anything I'm doing. Somewhat. All right, actually it's not too bad. It's not too hard so far. I am surprised. Using the tail of my comb to tuck those ends in. So you literally just stick it underneath and then start working it through the bits that you've already wrapped around the curler, just to make sure the ends are on the inside, so the smallest part of your curl is at the end and the widest part is at the root. And then I'm going to roll it on down. And I've seen people just twist them back on themselves like so. Okay, that was ridiculously easy. Really? Did I, like... I'm gonna check in a mirror to see whether I messed this up or not. I'll be back. Okay, so yes, it seems that I've done it correctly. I mean, to be fair guys, it's not like I'm super amazingly skilled. I've watched a lot of other people do this online, largely Victory Violet, Miss Victory Violet. Victory Violet. Yes, largely Miss Victory Violet. So, you know, I've cheated a little bit. Didn't mean to be so arrogant as to be like, I just pulled it off on my first go, I'm amazing. But not as hard as I thought it would be, largely because I've let other people do the trial and error. I feel like this could be good for me because I am quite thin just in this little bit here on each side of my head and very thick in the back. I can actually fit more rollers in with these, so I'm hoping that maybe the curls at the front for me might be a little bit fuller because I can literally put more curlers in. Let's see what happens. How on earth, what have I done? Okay, this one is causing me trouble. I don't know why I'm struggling so much all of a sudden, but let's try that again. Okay, das is better. So far, so good. I might even come in a little bit closer for you guys because I feel like I'm quite far away. And I mean, you don't really need to see the vast cavern that is my lounge room after all. Okay, so the good news is you have a slightly better view of my washing just over there, and also hopefully of what I'm doing with my head. I will say, I feel like this is quite quick. I'm feeling like maybe I'm gonna end up liking this, dare I say it, better than pin curling. It depends on the outcome, but I like that I can actually put more in the roll than I can for a pin curl, but fit more curlers onto my head than I would with sponge rollers or with hot rollers. So far I'm liking it, and it's easier, as I said, than I was expecting. So I'm gonna try, I don't have a lot of hair, but I'm gonna try and get 3 in here. I've got an iced coffee sitting next to me. I'm trying really hard not to spray my setting lotion into my iced coffee, but I'm probably just slowly poisoning myself. It's fine. So I'm rolling it like right up close to my scalp. Like I literally can't roll it any further. It's giving me a slightly surprised look, and then I'm just twisting them straight across each other, nice and close to my head, like so. They're actually quite comfortable too. They don't tug too much on your scalp like I find sponge rollers can. Like you have to do them really tight, and then they do actually kind of pull a bit, and the clip bit on a sponge roller is quite uncomfortable. A lot of the time I tend to use bobby pins into the sponge rather than using the clip, because the clip tends to dent your hair and it tends to hurt a bit as well. Ugh. It's getting out of control. So these are quite soft and comfy, which is nice. Essentially, I mean, this video, rather than being a tutorial, because this is the first time I'm doing this, is more of a trial video. And if I use them again for, you know, a hairstyle or something, then I will go more into depth for anything that I've discovered. I will say I'm finding that if I start winding the hair further down and then I just do like 1 or 2 loops and then I pull the roller out, sorry, it makes it a little bit easier to wind the hair. So that's a little tip, because they are nice and smooth. So you can start a little higher up to demonstrate. So say I start winding here and then I just leave a little slack and then pull it down my hair like so. If that helps you a bit. And then you wind up to the point that you don't have any hair raining out, and then you can tuck your ends in to make everything a bit smoother and nicer. I don't know how straight that is because I can't see it, but essentially I divide my hair up into 3 sections at the back, and then I do the side, and then I probably will split that very back section into 2 bits as well. But that's generally how I do it. I'm gonna have to get something to pin my hair back with. This is ridiculous. Okay. PS, I usually do my nails before my videos. It's a very good thing during lockdown, not in normal life, obviously I make a bit more of an effort, but during lockdown has been the thing that prompted me to do my nails, is doing videos. But if I had painted them immediately before doing this video, I would have absolutely destroyed that initial paint setting my hair. It's all right a couple of days later, but like, do you guys have the same thing, like immediately after you've done your nails? Obviously you let them dry, but they're still a bit touchy for the first 24 hours. And I find washing my hair or setting my hair always leaves me with like weird ridges in my paint job. So that is why my nails are absolutely trashed. You probably can't even really, I'm probably just talking about something you cannot even tell on camera, but yeah, they're pretty trashed. Random tangent. Wait, confused myself. I did the twisting in the opposite direction, like going down, because when I was going backwards, it's like the opposite to what I was doing this way. Oh, my poor brain. I've been by myself in this apartment for way too long. I like how easy it is to like keep them uniformed as well. I find sometimes when I'm pin curling my own hair at the back, like I think it's uniform, same with hot rollers and like anything, and then when I look in the mirror at the back, because I'm super lazy and I don't go and check when I'm doing it, I'm just like watching TV or having a chat or whatever, and then when I go and look in the mirror afterwards, it is kind of bedlam at the back of my head. I mean, it still pretty much always turns out perfectly fine, but I think sometimes when you're doing like a really particular setting pattern, this could be a really, really nice way of doing it. You can use like the previous one to judge where you're rolling to, and because the rolling is very tight, it's easy to kind of line it up nicely on your head. So that's my thoughts on that. Also, you'll notice I'm not tucking my hair in with the comb, but it's because at the back my hair is pretty bluntly cut because it's actually grown out from a blunt cut bob. I have layers at the front, which is why I need to tuck my ends in because they kind of get higgledy-piggledy, but at the back it's quite easy for me to just simply use my fingers to do it. If you're wondering why I just didn't continue that method at the back, it's not like a decision that will necessarily work for everyone, it's just the way my hair is currently cut. And also, you know, a bit of laziness as well. I could do it, it would probably work out better, but I'm not doing it. One thing I will say is you want to make sure this might seem really obvious, but you want to make sure you're rolling into the middle of the bar, or, you know, approximately in the middle, because obviously it's not going to work if you're trying to cross these over and you've rolled your hair to one side of it too much. This is so quick. I'm into this, and it's actually, now that I've got the hang of it, it is like quite quick and easy to do. Definitely started way too far down. I can see myself being able to do this easily, you know, whilst on a video chat or watching TV or just talking to Val or whatever. Like, it doesn't require as much concentration as some other methods do, which is nice. I mean, again, I'll see how the result turns out, but it doesn't seem as difficult, as time consuming, or as in need of as much concentration as other methods. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but having watched other people's outcomes, I have high hopes. I think it could turn out well. Fail! Okay, so that is what I have so far. I have no idea what it looks like. Hopefully it's not a hot mess. Can you see that? I put syrup in this. I put date syrup in because I felt like for once having an iced coffee that wasn't like an iced latte. It has zero sugary taste in the coffee bit, and at the end is just going to be a huge lump of cold date syrup. I did not think this through. That's definitely not the chords. This guy's gone completely wrong. Do you know why sometimes it's like randomly my brain seems to forget which direction I'm doing something? So like my brain was in the mindset of doing this side of my head, not this side. It just... After a long hiatus from music, I had went through a bit of a period in my life where like didn't really know if I wanted to do music anymore, and I got like a bit down in the dumps about it all. And I've gotten back into it again, and now, like, as it used to be for the majority of my life, I can't shut up and I sing and babble and sing, probably to everyone's great annoyance. So you guys are lucky. Now you get to enjoy that on this channel, but you know, deal with it. If you like it, I do a monthly music video over on my Patreon where I show you what I'm working on. Sometimes it will be a concert. Later down the track, I intend to invite other professional musicians, whether it be like band members, like guitars and keys and drums and bass, or whether it might be another singer or whatever along as well. So if music is your thing, the music video is one of the perks for the £10 tier. So yeah, for those of you who quite often ask me where you can see me perform or where you can get my music from, at the moment, there. And it's kind of the behind the scenes of music projects that I'll be working on in order to do concerts and find some wonderful musicians to record either an EP or an album with. Once I can get into the same room as some musicians, but you know, nothing like decent planning. This is providing me with plenty of planning time, guys. So yes, if you want to be privy to the process of me planning out my shows and learning my songs and then doing private performances, that's where you can find them. You'll get tidbits on here as well, of course, but they'll be more kind of like, you know, one song rather than a whole concert, or it might be kind of a brief overview of a show with like snippets of different songs and things, whereas over there you get like full performances, full videos, and of course like behind the scenes stuff. And if any of you are interested in the process, like if you're musicians and you're interested in the process I go through to learn songs or to put shows together, I'll be sharing that over there as well. So yes, shameless plug, but that's the answer to that question that I get asked quite a lot. I am almost out of these, so that's a problem. I did not get enough. Shite. I will do 2 more on this side, and then I shall find some in my hair elsewhere and reduce them to less rollers. But I'm liking how many I have in my head, so on my head, in my hair. So I shall go and get another pack, I think, seeing as, you know, they're only £1. It's not like it's breaking the bank. Provided, of course, as I say, as long as the end result is good, I'm willing to get myself another pick. I'm definitely going to need to find, I have all of this left and I have 2 sticks, so I'm probably going to have to take them out of the front here where I gave myself extra curlers, which is a shame because I really wanted to see how that turned out, but I think it's just the reality of my situation, and I'm currently curling the thickest part of my hair. Like I have so many strands of hair back here in very small areas. Like I've got so little, like it doesn't look bad, well I don't think so anyway, but it's not particularly noticeable. But here I have so much less hair per square centimeter than I do at the back. I'm definitely going to need at least 8 more of these, maybe even 2 more packs, because they are tiny. Yeah, I feel like I need less hair than that. It's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's way better. So it's not that dissimilar to pin curling. I mean, pin curling I would use a lot more curls than this, but at the same time it's definitely far more than obviously hot rollers, because you have a limited supply of hot rollers. You're working with what you've got, aren't you? Does anyone else actually have multiple hot roller sets? Does anyone put multiple hot roller sets in their hair when they're setting, or do you just run with however many you've got in your singular hot roller set? I'm intrigued. I used the one, but it has occurred to me in the past that I might be better off getting a, well, first of all, getting a good hot roller set like I used to have, and secondly, getting 2. But it's just, they're so expensive when I can do this and sleep in it, if I can manage to sleep in this. I won't be testing the sleeping today because it's 5 o'clock in the evening and I'd actually, well, maybe I should. No, I have to do a photo shoot, so that's not happening. But I will test it and let you guys know in another video whether or not these are manageable to sleep in. Now let's look at this. I'm gonna have to take this maybe Yeah, I'm gonna have to take these. I mean, to be fair, like already it's pretty well curled, so I'm pleased with the results, I must say. And it dried very quickly. I mean, I know I'm only lightly spritzing, but even so, I think because I'm not putting much hair in each one, it's drying very, very fast, which is good. I think the results of this are gonna be good, guys. I'm excited. Okay, let's take the one on this side. They give me 2 extra ones. I mean, it's probably not gonna dry that great at the back, but it'll do for my first trial. Yeah, I mean, look, it's not bad considering, you know, it's not been in there very long at all. Promising. It's not too bad. It'll be okay, she told herself without really believing it. My gosh, I've lost so much hair in the process of this. The only problem with combing your hair with a fine tooth tail comb is that it kind of does break a lot of your hair off. Also, I am so overdue for a haircut. I know I'm not alone there. Have been toying with the idea of cutting my hair again, trying something a little bit more adventurous than my previous hair cutting video, which I will link above. Would you guys like me to share that? I know that video has actually been surprisingly popular. I really didn't think anyone would care, but people really liked that video. So shall I share another one if I try something more adventurous? And has anyone seen Carolina's recent video where she gave herself a 1930s style haircut? Like, she nailed that, man. So if you're wanting a 30s cut, go check out Carolina Zabraska's channel. If you've not come across Meme Mum, how you could not have, but check that out if you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, I'm just gonna give myself a wee spritz. Just gonna get a whole lot of setting lotion in my iced coffee. There we go, guys. So coming in nice and close. Woo! That is what it looks like. They are very tight to my head, which I love personally. If I can't get some sort of setting mechanism to stay close to my scalp, I'm not really interested in it because it's not going to do a great job of setting my hair. So for the setting process, I'm very impressed with these. They seem reasonably easy to use when you know how to use them. And as I say, I watched lots of people do it, so I already had a pretty good idea of how to go about it. It's quite quick. And I think, I mean, it's not going to be like super comfortable to sleep on, but I would say probably more comfortable than sleeping with sponge rollers when they have the plastic snap on, you know? So I'll let you know in another video, as I say. I'm going to let this dry and I will come back and show you the results later on. Bye. Hello. Just having a coughing fit. I am back. My hair has dried. Apologies if my voice is wibbly wobbly. I have been practicing belting for the last hour and a half, singing some jazz songs from one of my shows, and I didn't stop when I should have, like I tell my students to, but c'est la vie. So I'm going to take these puppies out and see what the result is like. So I'm going to fast forward through that because I'm pretty sure you guys can figure out how to take out curlers from your hair. So see you shortly. Okay, so I have to say I am very pleased with the result. Like, just look at the curl, it is so smooth. The fact that this is so smooth, like, makes for a very nice defined curl, and they're a really nice size. And unlike what I was worried about, they haven't ended up too like tight. And I think for me, because I have very, very fine individual strands, I think without using ends, which I just don't have the energy or time to use. I know you can use end papers, but they drive me freaking nuts and just takes so long. So I don't use end papers when I use sponge rollers, and my hair gets like so tightly curled. It's not frizzy so much as it is just like super like, yeah, super curly. So that didn't happen with this. I will say your hair can get caught in this little end bit here, but it wasn't too bad. It's like the only complaint I have. So I'm gonna give my hair a run through with my fingers and style it to see how it turns out. So you can see it's forming very nice waves. I am quite happy with it. Obviously this side is all teased, but so far it's very promising. I of course can only see this in the camera. Usually when I'm doing like a hair tutorial I set up a mirror and stuff, whereas today, just because I'm trying it out, I've not set all that up, so I really can't see how this is turning out. But I think I'll pause in a second, go and look in a mirror, and I will finish it there. I know that will probably be frustrating to some of you, but I have plenty of videos on how to style your hair. I'm not going to do anything like new or genius in this one. I'm just trying this out. So I will see you shortly with my hair styled. Woo! Okay, so here is the final outcome. I must say I'm very, very happy with it. Loving the uniformity of the waves. Yeah, literally I have no complaints, to be honest. And I would say this is, even with this being the first time I've done it, the quickest and easiest method for curling one's hair. So obviously I have to try sleeping in it, but this may be my new favorite way of curling my hair, and I will be sharing more tutorials with you guys using the Bendy-Rollers. So there you go. So that's the video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the little notification bell so you know when my videos come out, because a lot of people have been saying they haven't known that I've released a video, and I do very occasionally. There'll be like 10 days between a video, but most weeks I release 1 to 2 videos. So if you haven't seen me in a while, it's because I'm not showing up in your feed. Come and check out my Patreon if you guys want to see more of my content and you want to check out the other perks that are available there. There is some really cool and exciting stuff that hasn't been shared on my YouTube channel, so if you guys want to see that, check it out. It's linked below. You can always follow me on my Instagram, where I share more vintage tips and tricks, and I also have plenty of videos over on my IGTV that I don't share here. For example, this hairstyle is shared on my IGTV with my hair this length and everything, so if you want to see how I did this, go and check that out. I will in fact link that below in the description. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye!